Hey guys, welcome back. In this week's video, we head out bush for the Easter long weekend. We have some awesome campfire cook-ups. Let's get straight into it. Got our ragu going all good. We're just going to let the stock reduce down a little bit more before we add the rest of the ingredients, and then it'll just be on to cook all night. We've got gnocchi to serve with it tonight, and yeah, so it should be pretty good. If you guys want a more in-depth video of us like prepping and cooking our ragu, check out our video from last year. We did a pretty good video about that, but yeah. Good morning guys, happy Easter Sunday. We're up, we've got the fire going so we can clean out our pot from last night so that we can make our little special treat for morning tea this morning. It was pretty good night. Wasn't too cold. It's actually quite warm, to be honest, like definitely not as cold as it normally would be, but yeah, so I'll come back to you when we start making our little treat. Easter Sunday, like I said this morning, and we are doing a chocolate hot cross bun, bread and butter. A chocolate hot cross bun, bread and butter pudding for morning tea. That was a mouthful. So I picked these up from Woolies. They're the caramello one. And yeah, so they've actually got caramel sauce in the middle of them. I can see that it's oozed out the back of this one. So it'll be interesting to see what these actually taste like. I've never tried them before. So I did just want to get like the plain chocolate hot cross buns, but they didn't have any. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out of the pack, cut them in half. So there's like a top and a bottom. Put the bottoms in the pot and then we'll go from there. Before I do this, we put some butter in the pan and just heated and melted the butter up. So the pan is hot. We are cooking it on the fire. I've just popped it on the cooker so I can prep everything and not put a hole through the table.
So with the fire, with something like this, you don't need a massive fire. So we've got coals burning right now, and all we're gonna do is just bring some coals over underneath and just do it that way. You don't need a massive fire, but you gotta remember, just because it doesn't look hot, it is hot. Do not touch anything like this, and especially cast iron pot. Do not touch a cast iron pot with your hands.
So this is obviously not something we'd make on a normal camping trip. It is a little special treat. This is no way in whatsoever healthy for you, but a little Easter treat. So yeah, these are our chocolate hot cross buns, you can see the caramels oozing out the back of this one. So these look very rich. You can see the caramel in the middle of it. So yeah, you basically just want to separate so you have like a top and then the bottom. So we're going to put the tops aside and put the bottom in our pan. So I'm going to do that with all of the hot cross buns so then I have a nice little layer on the bottom. We've got our base down. So next up is we're going to add all our mini eggs. I've got a mix bag and I also have a caramello bag. I think maybe we're just going to stick to more of just the plain eggs because there's actually a lot of caramel in there and I feel like it's going to be very sweet. Alright, I just had my assistants come in and help me unwrap all these eggs. There was literally only 5 plain eggs in that mixed bag, which is pretty good money-wise because then you get all the other special ones. So we just crushed up 2 of the bigger hollow eggs to add on top. Now I'm just going to add the top back on and then we're going to go put it on the fire. So we're going to heat it up and then we'll come back in and we're going to do our custard and I will hand that over to Chef Clinton because that's out of my wheelhouse.
So we're just going to make a simple custard now. So you just use sugar, egg, and whipping cream and a little bit of thickened cream. So you just start by adding your sugar. You only need about that much there. Then just add in your eggs. For that amount, you're just going to use 5. That's great. So you're just going to whisk that until your eggs and sugar are all combined. Then you're just going to add your creams. A little bit of thickened. And you just want it to be just like that. Not too thick, but just a little bit thicker than what a milk consistency is. That way it'll set when you cook it.
So we've just taken it off. We only put it on for about 5 minutes just to try and melt the chocolate a little bit. As you can see, it's like the chocolate's melted. You can just see it. Hopefully the camera picks it up a little bit. But yeah, chocolate's all melted now. So we're just gonna add this custard on that Clinton's just made us. So we've just pulled it off. It's already been enough time on there. We have burnt and scrambled the sides a little bit, so we had a little bit too much heat. So this just shows that you need like bugger all heat. So the sides are all gooey. And like if you touch it, you see what I mean there. And then the center's still all runny. So what we've done was we've just taken it off the heat, letting the center sit, and then everything from pretty much inside here will be perfect. So we're just gonna let it sit for 5 minutes, and then it should be all perfect. So we've chucked it back on again just because it's not quite thick enough. So we've just moved the fire completely over, put some sand on there just to put a little bit more heat through it. Just because before we had too much heat, so we took it off and it's still not quite right. So we've put it back on again.
All right, we are done. It's a little bit runny still, but it'll be all right. How good does that look? We'll definitely dig in and have some of that.
Little taste test. Let's have a shot. One little piece. It's actually good.
That is really good. Definitely like a sweet treat.
Definitely not an everyday thing,
but
it's actually pretty good. Chill out, have this, and then we'll pack up and go.
You know, guys, this is our favorite time of the year. We love our winter camping. We love our winter cook-ups. So make sure you guys stick around because there is plenty more to come as the weather gets cooler. So drop down some comments down below, any recipes you guys want to see us give a shot or anything like that.
Yeah, we'll pack up now, get ready to head off, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Cheers for watching.